I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your man TP. Today we will be courtroom hopping into the courtroom of Judge Sean Perkins out of the state of Michigan. And we will be in Judge Perkins' courtroom for a follow-up on the defendant by the name of Joshua Paul Gubin. Now, if you don't know who Mr. Gubin is, I will make sure that I share his previous two appearances here in this video. Don't worry, chapters will be added just in case you saw those. But he recently appeared before Judge Perkins. And if you know anything about this case from the start, it was just nothing but a disaster. A lot of back and forth, a lot of disrespect by Mr. Gubin. So with that being said, there's going to be 4 appearances here. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe. I truly do appreciate it. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into Judge Perkins' courtroom.
Barry, and then we'll get Green. Joshua Paul Gubin. He was on the iPhone. Maybe he's gone. No, he's not. He's here.
You have to unmute Mr. Gubin.
This is the city of Detroit versus Joshua Paul Gubin. Case number SP1411448. Counts 1, 2, and 3. Appearance for the record, please.
Oh, that's Barry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, Mr. Gubin.
Joshua Paul Gubin.
All right, good morning,
Your Honor,
sir.
for purposes of arraignment, we would waive the reading of the information and stand mute.
And we'll enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. We'll give him a $0 bond. No valid. Hold on a second. No valid registration, never acquired plates, and no insurance misdemeanor. Do you have documentation for this vehicle, Mr. Gubin?
Yes, I do.
Where are they?
Here's the registration.
Almost the third month of
Already sold the truck. Like it's sold, but I don't know. They take it first bought the truck. I got license plate right
after.
now.
I understand what you're saying. Say that again.
I had just bought the truck when I got ticketed, and I immediately got the truck registered and fully insured right after, but I sold the truck.
Do you have a vehicle in your name, sir? Now?
Yeah, I do.
Let's see what you have for that vehicle, registration and insurance.
Okay. I have my Progressive app.
You want to send me you want to send it to my email address, sir?
Sure.
I'm gonna put my email address in the chat.
I just emailed over the proof that it is my insurance policy, man. Unbelievable, bro.
$20. That's better. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Gubin. I have a insurance
Top right
policy.
corner. It's my wife and me.
Quiet, Mr. Gubin.
I have an insurance policy here. The only thing about this is I don't see a valid date.
Surprised I'm not getting the same courtesy as the others. Surprised I'm not getting the same courtesy as the others. This is blowing.
I'm giving you the same courtesy. I'm giving you an opportunity to show me some proper documentation. You showed me some invalid registration first.
Sir, the truck is gone, sir. The truck is it got stolen from me at gunpoint. Insurance paid me off for the truck.
That is
showed
not
you the policy that you asked for, and you're
No.
not satisfied. And I showed you valid
Gubin,
proof
Mr.
that the
Gubin,
truck was
Mr.
registered.
Gubin, please,
But don't
Mr.
say
Gubin.
don't say anything, Mr. We're not going to talk like this. I'm going to talk. I don't have to dismiss these cases just because you said you had insurance. I can send you straight to trial or make you or not make you take the deal. I can't make you do anything. But I'm trying to give you an opportunity to show me valid. And I don't see, what I told you is, I don't see a proper date on this insurance policy that you sent me.
All right, I'm going to show you this registration that I had on the Ram, and you will see what day that ticket was issued and what day this registration was issued, which was a month or two after the ticket. So the truck was registered and plated, fully insured after I received the tickets.
So show me the insurance policy, the portion of the policy that has the expiration date. You showed me that registration. 1/7/2024.
So you're asking to see if what? A valid what?
I'm asking to see the date on the insurance policy. You gave me an insurance policy. I have that, but it has no date on it.
All I showed was proof that the truck was insured, registered.
All right, I'm not gonna deal with it. All right, let's set a trial date. Set a trial date.
I'm trying to get this dismissed. This is literally holding me back right now.
Get it dismissed on the date of trial. Date of trial.
Nice. Thanks for no, I see clear as day why I'm not getting the same courtesy. Your name is Sean Perkins? Yeah, okay. I will.
That's the last time I checked.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Mr. Gubin.
I don't need to hear it. I don't need to hear the blabby blab. Just stop talking to me.
I was just going to ask, did you want to go in a breakout room?
What is a breakout room? I showed all my proof. I showed all the proof. I showed the proof, Mr. Sean Perkins. What is it? Is it my, what is it? My complexion?
Have a good day,
It's my complexion, isn't it, buddy?
Have a good day,
Mr. Uneducated Judge.
Have a good day, Mr. Gubin. You keep on talking.
How are you even a judge?
I'm gonna hold you in contempt, okay? And we're gonna give you some jail time, okay?
What a clown.
You done?
Anything else?
Are you
Anything
done?
else, pal?
All right. I'm gonna hold him in contempt. I'm gonna give him 30 days Wayne County Jail. All right.
Right. Okay.
You have an absolute right to a hearing.
You will expect a huge lawsuit. I showed you every single proof of documentation that I needed to, and you refused to dismiss my stuff.
Have a great day.
Why is that?
Have a great day. We're not talking anymore, all right? We're done talking.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
30 days Wayne County Jail. Mr. Brockovich, good morning to you.
Yes, Judge, good morning.
And who are you here on?
I am here on Joshua Gubin.
All right, he has not showed. He needs, I told him to be here in person today, and he has not showed, not neither. Oh, I think he is here. He is here. Okay, so here's the deal. It's nothing really to talk about with Mr. Gubin. I told him to come in. I said I gave him 30-day Wayne County Jail for contempt last year. I see him hold up a child. And his child, he didn't come down. So again, he continues to defy orders of the court. And we just don't have much to talk about.
Well, Judge, I understand that may be the court's position as it relates to this matter. May I have just 1 second? I apologize, Judge. I needed to plug my computer in. So I understand that may be the court's position. I just got retained on this matter this morning. I was not present at the hearing where you apparently held him in contempt. He obviously has an opportunity to prepare and present a defense to the allegation. I'm not sure if the court made a finding as to whether or not this was civil or criminal contempt, and further, whether the court actually determined whether it was direct or indirect contempt. Obviously, the court's ability to sanction an individual, especially with a deferred sanction, may be limited under these circumstances. So what I'd be asking the court to consider doing is giving me a brief adjournment so that I may obtain a copy of the transcript of the last hearing. And I would just cite to case law, which indicates that my client does have the ability to obtain an accurate transcript of the hearing as a matter of due process. And when we come back, I will be prepared to effectively, properly address this matter.
Well, the contempt was, the contempt was right on the record, on the record, and I do have, you can get the record for that. It was, I did hold him in criminal contempt. That's why I told him 30 days Wayne County Jail. And from my understanding of the court rules, he had his opportunity to contest that. That ship has long sailed, from my understanding of the court rules, because this was done over a year ago. And the only reason that Mr. Gubin has come back before me is because he got some other cases. He let the tickets go on the warrant status. He only is before me because he got the other cases. So I still need his presence here. I'm going to readjust his bond now.
Well, Your Honor.
So he continued, I've let you speak, Counselor, and I'll let you do what you need to do as far as your job, but I'm going to do my job. And Mr. Gubin continues to defy the court's orders, and we'll talk about bond right now. City of Detroit versus Joshua Gubin. Case numbers SP 1411448. Count 1 and count 2. SP 1669671. Appearance for the record, please.
Yes, good morning, Camilla Barkovic, appearing on behalf of the defendant who is present.
Your Honor, Rami Hijazi, P82830 on behalf of defendant as well, Your Honor.
Okay, so you can make the record now as far as what you want to do, either counsels if you want to, as far as Mr. Gubin is concerned. Today, we'll call the date and time. There's 2 warrants out for Mr. Gubin's arrest. Let me see what the action was the last time. Mr. Hijazi was here last week when he appeared on Mr. Gubin's behalf after Mr. Gubin showed up, and I realized that he was the gentleman that was just very, very contemptuous on that day that he was here last year. The allegations were made on December the 7th, 2022. Mr. Gubin was arraigned on those matters on February 29th, 2024. There was a show cause scheduled for August the 15th, 2023. And the register of action can reflect all the other necessary court dates that were had. But Mr. Gubin has shown that he does not comply with the court's orders as far as appearing before the court. Mr. Gubin has shown that he is very, very contemptuous. This is not something that I have done except for one other time. And Mr. Gubin, I gave him a week from last week to get his affairs in order, to turn himself in, and he's still not here. So go ahead and make and speak to bond.
Thank you, Judge. I've already articulated some of this to the court off the record, but I was just retained to represent Mr. Gubin in this matter this morning. I am asking for an adjournment of today's hearing so that I may obtain a copy of the transcript of the hearing that was held where you apparently held Mr. Gubin in contempt. He does have a right to counsel in any contempt situation. In addition, he does have a due process right to obtain an accurate transcript of the hearing. I would like to obviously obtain all relevant information and then address this matter appropriately. I'm asking that you take no action today and give me the opportunity that I am requesting on behalf of my client. And if you'd like me to transition into the bond issue, I am happy to do that as well.
I'll let you go ahead with bond.
Thank you. Your Honor, it is my understanding that mere traffic matters are pending before the court, at least one civil infraction, and I believe a no insurance misdemeanor. These incidents date back to 2022 based on my review of the Register of Actions. He has appeared in connection with this matter, which the court has noted. Apparently, he was here last week, and you may have recognized him. But the point of the matter is, I've known Mr. Gubin for a while. He always appears as required and as instructed. I understand that the court may have a difference of opinion as it relates to that, but I would attest to that. He is a lifelong Michigan resident. He has extremely strong family support. He is a father. He has minor children, actually, one of which is visible on the Zoom as we currently sit here. He owns his own business in Wayne County and operates that business very successfully. I think when you consider factors that are relevant to a bond inquiry and are not relevant to collateral matters such as prior actions engaged in allegedly before the court, personal bond is warranted, and it's my understanding that that is what may have been previously entered in connection with this case. Upon conviction of the only misdemeanor with which he presently stands charged, his maximum sentencing exposure is minimal. He is obviously presumed innocent at this point in time. And for all of those reasons, Judge, in addition to other reasons, such as his lack of any significant or substantial criminal history, which is a factor that the court shall consider when it sets bond, I believe a personal is warranted. And retaliation for what allegedly occurred in the past should not impact bond under any circumstance.
All right, very well. Bond is going to be set at $2,500 cash. I still, the order of Mr. Gubin still showing up because despite what you've articulated on the record, Ms. Bachowicz, I we put the warrant out for Mr. Gubin's arrest a long time ago. He was supposed to be in person here today. He's not. He also has an assault and battery case that he has a warrant out for his arrest for as well. So he showed the court and demonstrated to the court that he has not only with this court, but with the other courts and other judges in this courthouse that he has a failure to appear or something. So bond is $2,500 cash, and it's still ordered that Mr. Gubin show up in person to the court for the conviction hearing, and we will address and you can appeal the matter to a higher authority if that's what your client chooses to do.
So, Your Honor, I have a comment as it relates to a cash bond. I'm asking that the court impose a cash or surety bond. My interpretation of the court rules as it relates to bond and statutory authority allow the defendant to elect whether he posts a surety or posts a cash bond. And my position is the court cannot outright prohibit a surety. So I'd ask for the addition of a surety provision.
The court has made its ruling, Counselor. You can take it to a higher authority.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, who's next?
Well, guys, we've come to the end of both of these proceedings. And as we can see, Judge Perkins is not trying to hear anything when it comes to Joshua Gubin. I like his lawyer. She seems knowledgeable. She seems a little, headstrong there. But guess who head is stronger? Judge Perkins. And he's not trying to hear anything that she has to say. He doesn't care about Mr. Gubin waving his baby in front of the camera. He says, listen, this guy was very disrespectful. And it not only sounds like in his courtroom, but in other courtrooms as well. He also has, I believe, he said an assault and battery charge that he's, presently has a warrant for now, even though his lawyer tried to big him up and say that he was this and he was that, he has a business. Judge Perkins is not trying to hear it. And have we seen Judge Perkins like this before? Not many times, but we have once. And that was with Mr. Jameer Lockhart. And if you don't know who Jameer Lockhart is, I will put his proceedings down in the description. That's probably one of the most watched videos here on the channel because Judge Perkins, same thing. He's not budging until this guy turns himself in. And guess what? Jameer Lockhart is still on the run after a few years with like 4 or 5 open cases. So with that being said, man, Judge Perkins, once he makes his mind up on something, it is what it is. And we're going to see how this all plays out. I'm going to definitely try to, stay on top of this and follow it, since this is one of my original videos from this channel. But with that being said, guys, as always, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It is much appreciated. This is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame, guys. And for now, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. Thank you, guys. See you guys soon. God bless.
All right, Joshua Gubin. Ms. Barkley, I told him he continues to defy what I told him to do. I told him to come in person. He's got to do the time. I'm not even going to hear anything else.
Your Honor, I understand.
I'm not going to hear it.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing. All of our court notices said Zoom. I asked you for an adjournment the last time we were here so that I could obtain the transcript. I have since obtained it. Just recently, actually. I've had a chance to review the matter. I'm asking that the court respectfully reconsider its position with respect to the contempt sanction. I believe it's necessary to advise the court of a few things as it relates to that date. My client was on a lengthy Zoom hearing.
Oh, so let's do it like this. All right, first and foremost, I want him here. All right. I told him
we're happy.
I'm gonna call it, and we can make a record and put it, and I'll let you make your record, and you can put it all on the record. But this is the City of Detroit versus Joshua Paul Gubin, case number SP 1411448, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1669673 and SP 1669671, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Yes, good afternoon. Camilla Barkovic appearing on behalf of Mr. Gubin. My P number is 78254.
All right, Mr. Gubin, state your name for the record. Good morning. Still is not.
Josh, you're muted.
Good morning, Joshua Gubin.
Okay. Now I'm gonna say this. I held him in contempt for his behavior in front of the court. In front of the court. He defied that. He never came back. He waited a whole probably year or so, or put it this way, a lot of time. And the only reason I believe that he came back is because he got another ticket. I told him multiple times to come in person, multiple times. Not one time has he's defied what the court has said every single solitary time. Now, I understand what you're saying, Ms. Barkovic, about him. It's saying in person, but he's heard me multiple times, not just one time, multiple times. You have to come in person. Now, I want him in person, and he's gonna have to be here. Now I'll let you make your record.
Judge, I have no objection to appearing before the court in person. You obviously understood what I said to you off the record, and that was that all of the notices of hearing that were issued by the court and the dockets indicate that this is a remote proceeding. What I'm asking the court to do at the present time is simply reschedule this for an in-person hearing date, and Mr. Gubin and I would be happy to appear before this court physically.
All right, tomorrow, is that a good day for you,
Judge,
Counselor?
this week is not good for me. I apologize. If you have a docket on a Friday, that would be ideal, perhaps next Friday.
Yeah, but that's another whole, now we're pushing it all the way back another, almost two weeks.
I understand, Judge, but I do need to be present with him, and I'm asking that you permit us to come on the 29th in the morning if that's available.
All right. 8/29/2025, 8:30.
Thank you. We will be there in person, Judge.
Despite what any notice that he may get in person.
I've heard it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
City of Detroit, we're ready. City of Detroit versus Joshua Paul number SP 14114481. Strike that. SP 14114448 counts 1 and counts 2. SP 166967 counts 1 and counts 2. SP 16696731. Appearance for the record, please.
Yes, good morning, Camilla Barkovic, P78254, appearing on behalf of Mr. Joshua Gubin, who is present.
Good morning, Mr. Gubin. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Joshua Paul.
Today is the date and time set for a pre-trial. I do have an offer here, which is pleading responsible to. Hold on, Mr. Grant. It's pleading responsible to the amended count of limited access 1 to 5 for the speeding, and as charged, I'm thinking of the improper equipment.
That is correct, Judge.
And then other matters are to be dismissed. Is that correct?
That's accurate.
You want to take the deal, Mr. Gubin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will you stipulate on behalf of your client to the basis of the ticket as an accurate factual basis for that responsible plea on your client's behalf?
Yes, Judge, I
Will you
will.
stipulate the probable cause for the dismissal of the other matters?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to find your client responsible for the amended count of limited access 1 to 5 for the speeding based on that stipulation, and as charged to the improper equipment.
Thank you.
It'll be $125 for the limited access 1 to 5, and $120 for the speeding ticket. I'll waive the warrant fees,
Thank you, Judge.
and he'll pay any reinstatement fees, which I don't see here. Anything further? He's done. We're going to take him into custody.
Well, Judge, I wanted to ask that you respectfully reconsider your position. I reviewed the record of the hearing in question. I understand that my client's conduct may have been considered disruptive and disrespectful by the court. A lot of time has passed since that occurred. That's no justification. But I think it's important for you to know the circumstances under which his actions occurred. So unfortunately, my client was suffering from the flu extremely bad that day. He remained on Zoom for an extended period of time. I'll even attest, I have sat on Zoom for an extended period of time, and oftentimes it becomes extremely frustrating. Obviously, this court moves its docket. This court is very accommodating. But given his illness and given the circumstances, he was not a happy camper. Again, that is no excuse for his actions towards the court. You obviously don't know Mr. Gubin, you probably never will. I've known him for an extended period of time. He is not who this court may think he is. He has always been respectful, diligent in addressing all of his obligations. He's 27 years old. He does not have any significant or substantial criminal history. He's married. He has 2 minor children who are absolutely beautiful, his pride and joy. He owns and operates his own business in Wayne County, specifically a gas station. His wife doesn't work. He's the sole provider for his family. Judge, if you would consider not imposing a jail sentence at this time, and maybe imposing an alternate sanction, which the court has authority to do, such as a fine, or anything else that this court deems appropriate, such as community service, my client will gladly accept that. I do know that he wishes to make a statement directly to this court, and I'll allow him to do that at the present time if the court would permit.
Well, let me say this. I appreciate your argument and your diligence on the behalf of your client. I went over and I reviewed I thought I exercised the utmost restraint in the blatant disrespect that Mr. Gubin. And let's go back to your about the Zoom. And there's always an opportunity for an individual to come in person and sit in the court.
Sure.
So that's sort of like the court looks at that as sort of like a benefit. You know, we allow people at work, we allow people at home who are sick. I didn't know he was sick until he mentioned something about being sick in the middle of toward the end of what, but that's of no consequence of the court. I really don't care about him being sick. His obligation, he could have said, I'm sick and I don't, and can we pass this on? But it was every attempt to the court tries to offer individuals an opportunity to show documentation, which the court doesn't have to do that.
I know.
If he didn't have proper documentation at the time to stop, the court doesn't have to take that extent in dismissing the case because it's bringing proper documentation now. It is the court's view of Mr. Gubin's actions is that Mr. Gubin was trying to deceive and perpetrate a fraud upon the court. Mr. Gubin was given multiple times showing proper documentation. And we take it and we'll look at it on the screen. So he doesn't have to email it. He doesn't have to send it. He sends the first document. It wasn't valid. I said, Mr. Gubin, he indicated to the court that at first he indicated he got the truck, but he sold the truck. That was his first argument about what happened to the document. I said, do you have a truck? Do you have a valid document in your name now? He says, yes, I do. Then he emails the court the document, which I'll find in the record and put it in the file. He emails the court a document that shows me this deck sheet of insurance, but that insurance never had a date on it. So I addressed that with Mr. Gubin, and this is all in the record. And I asked him, hey, this doesn't have a date. Then he proceeds to show me another document that doesn't have his name on it, anything. And I when we brought that up, and then that's when things went further downhill. So I don't think Mr. Gubin's actions had anything to do with him being sick that day. I don't know whether he was sick or not. And again, I don't care at this point whether he was sick or not. I tried to exercise every bit of restraint. Then he further argues with the court and tells me while he's swearing that the truck was stolen at gunpoint. That was his other argument. First he says he sold it, then he says it's stolen at gunpoint. Then Ms. Harris tried to step in and try to mediate the thing and calm the situation down. Mr. Gubin was not trying to hear that. And then Mr. Gubin goes all the way and puts race into the argument that it's because his complexion that I am the way I am, and I'm doing him the way he felt I was doing him, which was absolutely not the case. And I still was exercising restraint and not doing anything. He calls me uneducated. He starts to throw names and things like that. So that's why we're here. We're there. Then it's going to be a huge lawsuit, you know. So that's why we're here. Furthermore, this happened in February of 2024, February 29th of 2024. Mr. Gubin had ample opportunity to come to the court and try and rectify or bring it in. Mr. Gubin knew the court imposed a contempt sanction on him before he left the court, and he never did. The only reason he's back in here now is because he got more tickets. I told him to show up in person multiple times before he hired you, Ms. Barkovich, and he disobeyed the court's order. So at this point, the only sanction that I think is going to get to Mr. Gubin is a term of jail.
Your Honor, may I respond to some of your commentary? I'm not here to quibble with you, but that was something I needed to discuss with Mr. Gubin once I actually became privy to the transcript, the inconsistencies with his representations to the court. I will tell you that I have received information that both statements he made to the court with respect to the vehicle were in fact allegedly true, in the sense that his vehicle was stolen. He apparently has a police report depicting that it in fact was stolen under the circumstances he represented. The vehicle was allegedly then recovered, returned to him, and then he subsequently sold it. So I can understand why the court thinks he attempted to perpetrate a fraud because he advanced seemingly inconsistent statements, but it is my understanding that he has documentation to back both of those points up. I'm not sure if that makes a difference to this court, but if it does, I'd ask for an opportunity to present that to the court. I understand my client made some statements which should not have been made, and he'll acknowledge that. I didn't advance his illness as an excuse, but I mean, we all know as human beings, any time we are not feeling well, we become more jumpy or, you know, less tolerable. So he apologizes sincerely. He has remedied all issues as it relates to his license. He actually has a valid driver's license at the present time. His car's insured, it's registered. I understand that you think a jail sentence is an appropriate sanction. If you are insistent on continuing to maintain that position, which you can do because you're the boss here, Judge, I'd ask that you consider a reduced sanction and give him a week.
All right. I've heard the argument. Y'all let your client speak. If he chooses to, you don't have to if you don't want to.
You would like to, Judge?
I just want to start off with an apology. I apologize for my actions. They were totally uncalled for that day. And I made some terrible misjudgments, and I'm completely wrong for that on my part. And I don't want to try to defend anything I said that day because there's nothing to defend. I was completely wrong. I can't. I just should have died last time.
Please, you gotta mute yourself.
I just believe that things were just misunderstood that day, and the documents that I was showing, it was misunderstood, and I lost my cool because I was very sick that day, and it's just a terrible mistake I made, and I regret it deeply. So.
Is that it, sir? This one document, Ms. Barkovich, that it was a deck sheet or part of a deck sheet that he sent me. It had pages 3 or 4. And this is the reason why I say he intended to perpetrate a fraud. He could have sent this whole document. We all have insurance policies, and we know what those documents look like. And I have page 3 or 4 here. And I think he intentionally sent me these pages because he knew that if he sent me the pages that we were actually looking for, it would have had the proper date. Secondly, I don't, I wasn't misunderstood about anything, so, I don't know why you were so misunderstood. I thought it was very clear in an effort of what we were trying to do for you. Whether you say it's sickness or anything, I take the uneducated comment as a racial trope. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, we've heard that in the tennis match the other day. The one of the players lost and she calls the player uneducated. We hear this uneducated toward Black people, it seems like more and more. So that's how I take that as well. So I don't think that I wasn't misunderstood about anything. You turned a simple misdemeanor, no insurance, no registration, or whatever it was, into all of this. And this is the consequence you're going to have to pay for. All right. I believe he was contemptuous. I believe he disrespected the court. I believe he basically was making a mockery of the whole situation. So I don't feel any, I feel you intended to do that. And I don't feel it became because you were sick. Okay. So that's it. I can give you the information that he gave the court on that day as a way, but everything he passed off to the court was either not valid at the time, or we would have given him time to get insurance. We do it constant.
I understand.
All right. All right. So I'll consider the reduction, but I'm not. He's going to go to jail today.
I understand, Judge.
So you can, Ms. Markovich, I'll pass the matter. You can go ahead about your day. You can zoom back in. I've heard your argument, and I'll make a decision before the day's out on if I'll reduce it.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate the court's consideration.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Markovich.
Yes, Judge.
Good morning. All right, so let's see, we got Gubin's file.
You say Gubin?
Yes, the one.
I've sent it to the criminal manager. She's gonna create the file now.
Then you bring it back.
Well, she has to create the contempt file, give it a case number, put it in the system,
Uh-huh.
and then they're gonna deliver it to the court. That's why I had to.
I'm gonna adjust the dates.
We ain't, nothing has been in the computer yet.
Okay.
We don't have it in.
All right, we gotta wait until they put that in the computer.
Yep, they're working on it.
So you can wait, or I don't know how long it's gonna take to do it.
She just sent it at 11:30, so that's only 4 minutes ago. Should be up for sure.
All right. Give us a few. They've got to get the file back up here.
Understood, Judge. Thank you.
Miss Barkovich.
I'm sorry, Judge. Did you say my name?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce it to 2 days for your client.
Thank you so much, Judge.
So like I said, it'll probably be out tomorrow. I don't know, but it wasn't. You know, I appreciate your argument on behalf of him, but I don't believe it.
On the record?
No, this is if you I can put it on the record when we get the file. I'll mark it down, but if not, then we'll make sure 2 days gets entered. All right.
Thank you, Judge. He sincerely appreciates that.
I'm sure he does.
I do too. And thank you for your time today.
Well, I really wasn't doing it for him either.
I understand. Thank you.
All right.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of all of these proceedings, and as we can see, in that third appearance, Judge Perkins was still very adamant about Mr. Gubin coming into the courtroom in person, because he pretty much had defied that for almost over a year. And Judge Perkins just wasn't budging until he came into that courtroom, until he came and served his 30 days for the contempt. And as you guys saw in that first appearance, he definitely went off the rails, and it really was no reason for him to go the way that he went, but he did. And that's what got him 30 days contempt. And just like Judge Perkins said, he said, listen, I showed a lot of restraint with this guy. He called him clown, he called him uneducated, all of these different things. And it took a while before Judge Perkins hit him with the 30 days, but he got hit with that. So he wanted him in person. We see he came in person, and shout out to his lawyer, because she really did fight for him from when he first got her until the end. And it ended up really helping him not have to serve those 30 days. I mean, only being given 2 days by Judge Perkins after he went off the way he did and said the things that he said definitely was a blessing to him. But we've come to the end of Mr. Gubin's case. Who knows? Hopefully, he doesn't pop up in the court again. He has a family business. Hopefully he's learned his lesson. And with that being said, guys, I always appreciate you guys for joining me here on Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. It is always a blessing. Don't forget, once again, to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until the next time, guys, we get together in the court again. For now, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, and God bless.